it's by taking risks and making mistakes that we grow and learn as human beings. And if we don't take any risks, the chances are that our lives diminish and close in around us. And I think, obviously, when you're in a caring situation or you're a care professional or a family member, you're very concerned about making sure that the person is safe. But sometimes we can get the balance a wee bit skewed.
Life isn't risk-free. Everything has got a risk attached to it. So for the residents and the people experiencing care to live a fulfilled life, they need to be able to do the things they want to do. And sometimes that means taking a bit of chance and doing things differently, but it can be simple things like going downstairs, going upstairs. Traditionally that would be too risky. But now we're seeing that people are being supported to go up and downstairs because it's meaningful to that person. It means they can get home to their daughter for their Sunday lunch.
Somebody can be very safe. In fact, the safest place for somebody is maybe in their bed or sitting in a chair and not moving. But of course, if that's where you spend a lot of your time, chances are that you're going to lose your self-confidence and your abilities because you're not having a lot of experiences, you're not being able to get out and about, you're not able to test what you're able to do.
In care settings, everything's assessed as being a risk, and rightly so, because we need to know what's the potential adverse reaction, but we also need to think about what's the potential benefit to taking these risks. So for an individual that wants to go outside and is restricted because the door's locked, because there's a risk that they might fall, for that person, the risk then is their mental health. They're not being supported to do the things that's meaningful to them, such as getting out in the fresh air, to tend the plants, to hear the birds in the trees and things like that. That's so important. To me, it's really important. So why should it be any different to the person that's moved into a care home, for example? Because when you move into a care home, you've just changed address. You're still the same person, you've got the same interests and likes and dislikes and social connections. So we shouldn't be trying to control that and restrict their movement.
Thinking about the risk of movement in particular, I always think that, it says on various exercise programs and so on, if you're going to undertake an activity or an exercise program, you should contact your doctor. Well, I think the flip side of that is very true. If you intend not to be active or move at all, you should contact your doctor, because it's such a high risk not to move and not to be as active as you can.
So what we need to do as providers is look at the risks and sort it out and make sure the paperwork's in place, but we're also having open communications with the individual and their families and the care providers, and making sure that things are clearly documented, so that in the eventuality that things do go wrong, we've got a clear audit trail, that we've had the conversations, that the risks were considered and sensible steps and measures were put in place to protect the person.
We all have different approaches to risk. And I realise that I'm more of a positive risk taker than maybe some other people. So I have to counter that, I have to balance that. But maybe you're somebody who tends to be extremely cautious, and that needs to be balanced as well. And always at the centre of everything we do, it's what does the person want? What helps the person lead a really good quality life? What's important to that person? What would add to their life?